Hey everyone, it's Joelle and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be discussing my hair's history. So all the different hairstyles that I've kind of had up until now. But before we get started, please don't forget to click that subscribe button down below. Also, if you are the owner of a black-owned business or know of any black-owned businesses that are looking for a little bit more promotion, please send me an email at charmainejoelle@gmail.com. I'd love to collaborate with you and see what we can create. With that said, let's go ahead and get started. So I've had a few requests. People have asked for me to kind of describe all the different hairstyles that I've kind of had throughout my life and the different styles that I've had that have kind of led up to this point. I'm actually going to stand on this side of the screen today so that I can put as many pictures on this side here real quick before we get started. But I went to my parents' house over the weekend and I kind of sorted through a bunch of pictures to try and find as many pictures of all the hairstyles that I've had. So I scoured through all the tubs of the photos we had. I scoured my old MySpace page and my current Facebook page and Instagram and all kinds of stuff, so hopefully I have enough examples of all the hairstyles that I've had. Obviously, when I was born, you know, babies, you just kind of look like a potato. You don't really have much hair at all. My mom obviously didn't really put anything on my hair until I was probably 5, so like right when I was starting school, I think, is when she decided to, you know, start putting, you know, chemicals on my hair, like texturizers and stuff like that. But before then, I was natural up until then. So my mom would just, you know, braid our hair back with the little barrettes and little bobble, twisty tie things and all kinds of stuff. That would take her literally all weekend to do that for both me and my sister. But if you saw my video about me attempting to do a high puff on my hair, you probably saw me post this picture of I thought I was 3 in this picture. My mom has confirmed that I was actually like 4 years old. But here's a picture of how long my hair was before anything was ever put on it. But I think my mom would even still like blow dry our hair out, you know, blow it out so that she could pull it back and braid it back as best she could, or do the little twists and everything like that. But once I hit about 5, 6 years old is when my mom started to put the texturizers on both mine and my sister's hair. So this is when, you know, just to make wash days easier for her at that time, and that was just kind of the norm. You know, we didn't really think anything of it. Yeah, you know, she'd put we'd do the wash day routines. You know, she'd lay us across the countertop, put your head in the sink. You know, she'd wash and, you know, deep condition and just do all that stuff. Then she'd take us into her bathroom and she'd blow dry that hair out, and then she'd get the hot comb. That's pretty much how my mom kept our hair for years. Probably, I think up until I hit about 4th grade was the first time I think I ever saw my natural hair. You know, at this point, you know, mine and my sister's hair, we never really were that great at taking care of it. So, you know, I would pull it back in ponytails as best as I could as I got older. You know, you just tried your best with it as a kid. You know, you don't really know what you're doing. You know, mom's at work in the mornings, you know, so you've got to get yourself ready. After a while, you know, it just kind of became damaged and broken. Not shocking. And my mom decided that she was gonna, you know, cut it off and kind of start over for us, right? So in 4th grade was the first time I ever saw my natural hair, and I remember just crying for days because all I'd ever known was that I had straight hair that was like about this length, right? Like that was normal for me. So I wore my little short TWA, you know, through most of, I think all the rest of 4th grade and through part of 5th grade, and then I think 5th grade is when mom started to put the Jerry curls on my hair. So I remember having, oh my god, and then this is the first time I experienced what good curls were, because obviously my hair was much thicker than my sister's. Yeah, Jerry curls became my next style that I wore for the next couple of years. Like I think all the way through probably even freshman year, I wore a Jerry curl on my hair. I kind of went back and forth between a relaxer and a Jerry curl throughout these years. I wore the plastic bags on my head, you know, get that S curl on there, wear that plastic bag at night, keep those curls moisturized. It would just seep everywhere. I remember just walking to school in the mornings and like not even wanting to wear like my jackets because my hair would be wet. I'd have that S curl and it wouldn't have been dried yet, so it would just leave like grease stains on the back of my coat. I gained the name fag head at like every sleepover I went to at that point. Mom thought it was cute. I mean, who am I kidding? I thought it was cute too at the time, okay? I had braids done. The cornrowed long braids with extensions done in the 6th grade. I remember I was so stoked because it was the first time I had like long hair. That was I fell in love with protective styles. I didn't get them too often after that, but that was the first time I had experienced braids, and I liked it. You know, I could get up in the morning. They were super easy. You know, you just get up and go, basically. So 6th grade was the first time that I had ever experienced a protective style. But then shortly after that in 6th grade, you know, I went back into the relaxers and bounced back and forth between that and the Jerry curls up through freshman year of high school is when I stopped with the Jerry curls. So 9th grade was the last year of that, and then I basically just wore a relaxer all through the rest of high school, which was broken off. You know, I would cut it in so many ways. I had a pixie cut for a while. I had it kind of like a bob with bangs. I had a bob without the bangs. I had the short, like, choppy emo hairstyle, which kind of worked because my hair was broken off to begin with, so it just kind of was like, people were like, oh, how'd you do that? Like, you just relax your hair and burn the crap out of it is how you get that. Yeah, I had some really god-awful hairstyles. I don't think any of us are proud of how we looked in high school, to be completely honest. I was kind of known for a shorter, relaxed hairstyle through high school because, you know, my hair didn't really grow a whole lot. I think the longest it grew to was maybe like right here. During senior year, like the last like 2 or 3 months of senior year, I actually big chopped again. This is when Solange had done her big chop, and I was so inspired by it. And I had all these scabs on my head, and I was so tired of them. I went in my parents' bathroom, and I cut off my hair, and I wore a very short TWA all the way through graduation. I knew nothing about natural hair, and I thought that, you know, just cutting it off and then just wearing it wet with conditioner was like the way to go, right? Obviously, I learned very quickly that that was not going to help do anything for your hair. And I grew frustrated because, again, I'd never really worked with my natural hair. I decided that going into college, I wanted to go back to a relaxed hairstyle because that's how I felt more comfortable that way. And I went really short, like Halle Berry pixie short. It was actually really cute. But I wore that, and then I grew that pixie out over the next couple of years through community college and stuff like that. And I kind of bounced back and forth between a bob and a pixie cut through that time. So just kind of growing and cutting at that point. I had a few protective styles. I did a couple of box braids. What else did I do? Oh, that's what happened. Well, after a while, I was able to finally get my hair like almost close to my collarbone, and this is when I decided to dye my hair. If you guys have seen my All About My Natural Hair video, I talked about how I wanted to dye my hair for the first time, and I figured, hey, if my hair can handle a relaxer, so I thought. Obviously, the amount of breakage I had proved me wrong. I figured if my hair could handle a relaxer, it could handle some hair dye, right? So my mom was like, hey, want to come with me? We'll go to Sally's. We'll both get some hair dye. I didn't want to go darker. Didn't really see the point in doing that. And I didn't want to bleach my hair, so my mom was like, let's just do like a red, since I have natural red undertones in my hair anyway. I bring it home. I put it on my hair. Obviously, did really crappy because it was super patchy, right? So being the idiot that I am, I figured, well, again, if my hair can handle a relaxer, it can handle some hair dye. So instead of waiting 3 weeks to reapply it, I just reapplied it right then and there, like the next day or something like that. Yeah, well, that resulted in my hair very quickly breaking off over the next couple of like weeks, months, and I just kind of sported a really short, choppy bob that just looked god-awful. It was awful, sheesh. Went into box braids, and again, if you saw the video, you know what happened at this point. This is when I went natural again, but against my will. But my hair was so damaged from the hair dye and the relaxers that during one of my showers, when I was washing my braids, one of them fell out, and I thought at first that I had just gotten like some conditioner in between the braids and the extension slipped out, right? Well, no, I looked at it, and I had about 4 inches of my hair still braided into this extension, and I freaked out. I jumped out of the shower, and then another one falls out. So I start taking all the extensions out, but at this point it was just too late. I literally had like random like long sections here, and then I'd have a section here that was this long, or like one that was here and then one that was this long, and then everything was just broken off, or I'd have a patch that was all natural at that point because it would fall off. I basically looked like the Cynthia doll from Rugrats. I had to make a choice. I was like, you know what, man, there's no saving this. I tried to flat iron what I had into like a pixie cut, but that didn't work because it was just melting off whatever hair I had left. I just cut it off and I kind of just went natural at that point. And this is like the first time I really like tried to embrace my natural hair. And I think I explained before that I had grown it out only to the 11-month point. I was in love with it, but I was still really insecure about it, and so I went back into a short relaxed pixie cut and wanted to grow my relaxed hair back out from there. But basically I went back into a relaxed pixie hairstyle, and I kind of wore that for a while, and this is like when Tyler and I started dating. And then I did some box braids as well, but that is where my hair was at up until I big shopped last year. Was it last year? It was last year. So that's kind of where that has, you know, led up to this point is, you know, just the relaxed hair and some box braids in between, and then which led up to my big chop. And as you guys have known, I've been growing my hair out ever since. I couldn't even pull my relaxed hair back like this. So I am super happy. This is the healthiest my hair has ever been, probably in like my entire life. Except for like that one photo I showed you of me at like 3 or 4 years old. 4 years old, excuse me. They call it a journey for a reason, and as hard as it was to learn how to love myself, eventually to get to this point, you know, I've learned a lot. I've been through a lot, but I've learned a lot. I've made a lot of hair mistakes. I think we all have, whether that was in middle school, high school, early 20s, even your 30s, whatever. It leads us to where we're at now, whether you're natural or you're still transitioning. Obviously, it is proving itself every day to me how worth it is to invest in yourself. And, you know, as silly as it seems for some people, like, it's just hair, it's just natural hair, what's the big deal about it? It's about learning to accept yourself as you are. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope that my hair journey has taught you to just love yourself as quickly as you possibly can so you can avoid going through all of this awkward hair stages and ruining your hair. Learn to love yourselves, ladies. It'll prove itself, trust me. I'm looking forward to getting into some more protective styles and doing that on my channel with you guys. But please don't forget to click that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.